Hi Libra, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zipporah the Lux Angel, and today I am back with another tarot card reading. Libra, please remember that these readings are timeless, general, and for entertainment purposes only. That means only listen to what directly applies to your personal situation. Leave the rest for someone else. And by all means, please contact licensed professionals and or the proper authorities regarding any mental, medical, legal, or financial emergencies and or crises. That being said, let us begin. First things first, Libra, the handbag of the day is my beautiful Louis Vuitton Neverfull MM in the cinched position. And she will serve as the vision board inspiration for all of us abundance manifestors. If you'd like to see me styling my luxury capsule collection, you can check out the playlist I have here on YouTube called Battle of the Bags. All right, Libra, let us begin. I'm going to start by choosing a deck for your reading. And the deck I'm going to go with is The Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. Is that the one I want to go with? Why are we doing this? I start a Libra reading and then now I'm undecided on what deck. You know, different decks like really have different energies. But we are going to go with The Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. See what Spirit has for us with this deck. I'm going to shuffle. If you don't want to stay through the shuffling, I'll have a timestamp listed in the description box for you below. All right, let us begin. Libra energy, please and thank you, Spirit. Messages for Libra. Please and thank you, Spirit. Libra. Libra energies, please and thank you, Spirit. Libra. Libra energies, please and thank you, Spirit. All right, we'll just do one more. Let's begin. Messages for our Libras. What do we have? That's so funny. We have the Two of Swords. Because, like, in the beginning, see, they always make sense. Whatever is going on in the beginning usually has something to do with the reading. Like, I literally was like, do I want this deck? I chose the deck. I was like, yes, this is the deck. And then it was like, oh, do I want this deck? And blah, blah, blah. And then it was like, I'm like, see, I start the Libra reading and I'm undecided. And here is the Two of Swords. Undecided, don't know. And this represents Moon in Libra, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure. The Two of Swords. That's the energy. So, Libra, looking like we're trying to deliberate. We're trying to decide. What are we trying to decide, Libra? What is this? Why are we undecided? We got the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, you got some opportunities or blessings coming in. Do you not know if you want to take them? I'm glad to see the Wheel of Fortune, especially in the second house. Like, that just sounds like some nice, you know, mignon. Is that what they call them now? That's what Cardi calls it anyway. That sounds like it could be some mignon or something. I'm liking that. But okay, what's the deliberation? Or maybe you're waiting for something to pan out or something to play out. Maybe you don't want to make a decision until something plays out. Or maybe you can't make a decision until something plays out. Where is this going, Spirit? Yes, we have the Judgment card. Ooh, yeah, I'm thinking you can't make a decision until something plays out. But with this Wheel of Fortune, I'm getting such positive energy. It's like you're hoping something works out so that you can do something else. That's what it's feeling like. That's what it's feeling like. Okay. What else? Give me one more for this row, please. Please and thank ya. Oh, see? And the Chariot. Exactly. What the fudge is this? The Chariot? This is good. This is real good. I don't know what this Two of Swords energy is. Maybe an opportunity is presented to you and you don't know if you want to take it. Maybe because you'd have to travel for it. But I'm just seeing it's like, this is like needing to answer the call. I don't know what the deliberation is for because, okay, so these are 3 major arcana in a row. Okay, the first row, 4 cards. 3 out of the 4 cards are major arcana. And they're like super, super like, at least with the Judgment and the Wheel of Fortune, that's like really like universal karma-ish. Like, that's not what we can't control that at all. So it's almost just like, I don't know what you're deliberating about because the universe already got this like lined up. I mean, it's almost like the universe already like was like, no, this is what you're gonna be doing, and you're like, I don't know if I want to do it, and the universe don't even care because the universe is like, this is what's happening. So I don't know what this is about. Like, I mean, it just looks like you kind of look silly, and not like, I'm being playful right now. Like, you kind of look silly just being like, I'm just gonna deliberate, when it's like there ain't no deliberation happening here. This is what it is. This is your opportunity. You're gonna answer this call. You're gonna get going on this path because it's a wonderful, this is like, there's just no other option. I don't know what you're deliberating about or what you're torn about. Again, like I said, it could be because you might have to travel, but Spirit said, then you better get your ass to traveling because this is what you this is what you're going to be doing. What is this about, Spirit? Now, I don't know. That was 3 cards. That was interesting. 3 cards. It felt like 1, but 3 was popping off. So it felt like 1, but 3 were popping off. Then we have the 1 and 3. 1 and 3 might be significant to you for some reason. January 3rd. It could be the number 13. That could be significant to you all. I don't know. Ophiuchus could be significant to you all in some way. I don't recognize Ophiuchus, but a lot of people do. They call it the 13th sign. But if you like look at the astrology of it, it's really not a 13th sign. And then there's a whole Western versus, sidereal astrology and why this is and DDD and whatever. It's not the point. But the point is, for you, it might be significant. You might recognize Ophiuchus. But the number 13 or a 1 and a 3. The bottom line is it's 3 to 1 though. So this could be another situation where you want to do something and there's 3 other energies that's like, no. And they hold all the weight. So, no. Ooh, 10 of Wands. What the what? What's this, Libra? The fudge is this? I wasn't expecting to see that there. 10 of Wands. Are you thinking this is going to be too difficult, too much? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the traveling will be too much. Maybe you don't like travel. Maybe it's too far. Maybe it'll be a big commute. Like, you wouldn't have to move, but you'd have to commute, but it'd be like an hour-long commute. And you're like, no, and it would take too much and all this kind of stuff. Or you would be like, I don't know, some kind of traveling. But it's like you think that it would just be too much. I hope you're not selling yourself short, Libra, because that's kind of what this sounds like. Like, what the fudge? Like, the universe is out here with the Wheel of Fortune, the Judgment, and the Chariot, saying, like, this is it, this is lit, you gonna win. And then you're all like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can handle it. It's gonna be too much. I can't take it. What? Are you selling yourself short because you're doubting your ability to handle an opportunity? Yeah, we have the 9 of Swords. Worry. And it just brings me back to what I was saying earlier about how, like, oh, I just slipped my mind. What was it? Oh, like you might be waiting for something to pan out. Maybe you feel like you need something more before you can take this opportunity and you're worried that it won't happen in time. But Spirit is saying, like, it doesn't matter if you have this one thing pan out. You're going to be golden. Okay? Shout out to my K-pop Demon Hunter lovers. I've watched that movie a couple times now, and I could watch it again and again. The music is fire. Like, that soundtrack is dope. Shout out to everybody who was writing all the music. What is it? There's a lot. EJ in particular, though, with the bomb voice. But whatever. All I'm saying is, though, you about to be golden. You about to be glowing. Spirit's trying to say, we're gonna be glowing. What did you say? You know, together we're glowing, gonna be golden. Yes, up, up, up. Like, what the fudge? But you're in a 10 of wands, 9 of swords. Like, this is a burden and worry. What? I wonder if this is because you're looking for somebody else. Is that what you're waiting to see if they pan out? Like, what is this? Because I don't get it. Why is Spirit saying you got that five, 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 five? And you do know with the 10 of wands, but you're acting like you can't handle it or something. What's this about? What is it? We gonna see. We have a 3 of cups. We gonna see what this 3 of cups is about. Give me this other card. Oh my god. And a 6 of swords. Okay. There's 2 travel cards there. What's that about? I think Spirit wants you to be playful about this. Like, especially if this has anything to do with travel, Spirit wants you to see this as an adventure. It'll be fun, like going on adventures with this 6 of, swords. Look at that. They're like, oh, yay, new adventure. Woo! Setting off, And with the 3 of cups, that's, fun energy, mirth. So Spirit wants you to be lighthearted about this. See it as like a new phase of life or a journey. Especially if you do have to move somewhere else or relocate. One second. You have what you need, bro. Like, I don't understand. I don't know. Maybe you're just nervous. It's like you're nervous. You might be having a panic attack out this witch. You're just worried if you can handle it, but you have what you need. And I think that's why I'm getting 2, what's the word? Non-human creatures in a row. On this Judgment is an angel, and this 3 of cups, it's a mermaid. Okay? And so that's a match. 2 non-humans. 1 in the air, 1 in the sea, but I digress. Then we have 2 travel cards. And, we have the 2 major arcana and the 2 minor arcana. They're matching. The travel is matching the travel. So it's like in the real world, you have the tools or the skills necessary to do what it is that Spirit is saying that you're able to do or going to do. You're just worried if it would be too much. Or like I said, I think you might be selling yourself short, Libra. So let's not do that. Let's believe in ourselves. Get rid of that imposter syndrome. Those are just thoughts. Everybody started from somewhere. Okay. But you got this. Like, yeah, we have a 7 of swords. The fudge is this? I also got something because if this was a relationship, you might be worried if it was long distance, if you could if that would be too much for you to be traveling back and forth or whatever, or possibly moving. Spirit said that's what's about to happen though, so I don't this might be a situation where if you don't get it together, Spirit's gonna kick it to you, if you know what I mean. And by that I mean when we don't get going on the things we need to get going on and it's part of our path or we need to do this, Spirit got to come in and make some ish pop off, right? Oh my gosh, it could have been you have an opportunity to do something but you weren't going to do it, maybe because of somebody you were with or something like that, and then Spirit would have to bust that relationship up if they were holding you back and you couldn't see that. And I don't mean they were holding you back and you couldn't see it as if they're a bad person. What I mean by that is sometimes we don't recognize when relationships are meant to end. We don't, because we don't want them to end. We love people and we want to be with them forever and all this stuff, but sometimes in the next phase they're not meant to be there. So it's you could have worries, some of you that with all this travel you won't be there for a relationship, or you want to, it's something about travel and a possible relationship, or maybe if you do have to, you won't be there, as if you go for this opportunity, somebody might walk away or not take you seriously because of distance. There's something about that for you guys. The opportunity is there. Now, what is this Seven of Swords? You could be also wondering if this opportunity is fake. That could be another thing you're wondering. It might be too good to be true feeling. And you're like, is this some sneaky bull? Like, am I going to get effed up? Or, you know what I mean? So some of you, it could be like wondering if this was a, opportunity for a career or something like that. Like, if I make this jump or move, what if it doesn't work out and then I've just uprooted myself? So that could be an issue. And, or it could be like, if this is a person, it's like, if this is a person, Libra, no offense, but it might be that you're not people pleasing, but living for them, if that makes sense, which would be tragic. Okay. And what I mean by living for them, I mean, if you have universal forces aligning for you to be able to do something that's amazing, great, something that you're good at and you can do and will be successful for you, but your only holdup is somebody else's needs, like you're worried about their needs, and or worried that, the fun will stop and they'll go away. That's living for that person. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like how they react is going to decide your decisions. And this is why we have a Two of Swords, unbalanced or just not, or trying to deliberate in the first house of self, because you're not being selfish enough, because you're worrying about someone else's emotions, feelings, thoughts, or if they'll leave and things like that. So you could actually be off balance right now. If you are off balance right now, this would be why, because Spirit is trying to tell you, you need to, you might need to get away from this person, because somehow y'all are like codependent or enmeshed in a way, right? Enmeshed. And this does not have to be a romantic partnership or relationship. It could be any kind of relationship, a family relationship. It could be a friendship or something. But for your main concern, when an opportunity of a lifetime comes up, whatever that is, if your main concern is, yeah, but how, especially if they're not your children, if your main concern is how they will feel and what they'll do and if they'll be mad or all this stuff, that's not living for yourself. Okay, and we're not talking about being selfish. We're talking about making sure that you actualize yourself, making sure that you're still reaching your fullest potential, because relationships can end at any time. But our job is to ourselves on this earth. Okay, to an extent, we help other people, we be kind to other people. We're not supposed to be living for them, meaning that our decisions are based off of them and their emotions and things like that. Now, if this was kids, if they were your kids, if that's what we're talking about, okay, then I understand that. The Spirit would say you would have everything that you need. You would be fine, and your kids would be fine as well. But again, some of you might be thinking this is too good to be true. There's a lot of what going on in your mind. This is why we have the Two of Swords and the Nine of Swords, deliberating and all kinds of different angles. The Nine of Swords is not necessarily just the worrying, but it's like 9 different angles that you're all playing on your head. What if it's this? What if it's that? What if this could happen? What if that can happen? And you're thinking all these angles, and it's just like, we may need to just, first of all, breathe, woosah, but your energy is a little more scattered. We need a center. I would recommend some yoga or something. But some of y'all are worried about somebody playing you. Maybe that's what it is. Like, if I travel, will this person cheat? That's a sign. If you're worried that if you travel, this person will cheat or leave you, they might not be for you. They shouldn't. that shouldn't even be a question. If they traveled for work, would you cheat on them? You know what I mean? Or, you know, if they had to move or if it was long distance, you could be like, well, if it's long distance, you know, um, they might need to be with someone else or have someone else. And, you know, maybe we just do an open thing. But either way, you're just thinking about them. What do you want? You need to strategize for yourself. But that's another thing. It's like y'all are trying to see. Oof, there's a lot of angles here, Libra. I understand your pain. It's like, what if I leave with this person or for this opportunity and they turn out not to work out? Or what if, you know, they're scamming me or catfishing me? Or what if I can't do it? It's all these things. We have the Empress. I'm glad to at least see that. Spirit wants you to make strategic moves towards your stability and abundance. That has to take precedence because I'm feeling like the other person you might be concerned about, they do that. They make sure they take care of what they need. If this was the role reversal, that person would not be thinking about necessarily how these things affected you. I mean, they might think about it, but it wouldn't be like that would be a factor in their decision making. It wouldn't be, because they would be living for themselves. And this is what Spirit is wanting you to do. Be strategic about your future and your goals. The rest will fall into place. If that person and y'all don't work out, Spirit has somebody else. You're not dead. You know what I mean? If, you know, so it's just like, and also it's like, if it didn't work out, this could be the stepping stone. It's still like, you need to do this, whatever this opportunity is, whatever it is. So you can just deliberate all you want to, but remember what I said about, if Spirit needs to move you, you're going to get moved if you're not moving. So if this is a situation where you're not moving because of some relationship where you're thinking about somebody else, and then really, I'm not seeing the reciprocity. I'm seeing good times, but I'm not seeing where they, especially if this is a romantic connection, I'm not seeing where they have their full, like, they see this as, oh, this is fun, this is great, and then that's good for what it is, and then we can go our separate ways. Whereas you're like more worried and trying to put energy into it and like think about how y'all could work, but they're not there. So it's like, not only would you be living for this person and what they wanted and needed, but they're not even going to reciprocate that. So that means they can't even be grateful for the fact that you did that. This would be the type of person, if something were to happen and you were like, but I did this, I gave up this and this, they would be like, nobody told you to do that. That's it. You know what I mean? Nobody told you to give up this, that, and the other. And you'd be like, oh, but I did it for you, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, nobody told you. Because it's like, yeah, this is like almost lower vibrational Libra energy, where it's, you're not balanced in your needs versus their needs, and you're not seeing where it's not matching. But I'm seeing something about worrying. Either something's, if you take this opportunity, something's not going to work out with another person or something like that. It's going to be different for all of you, but I'm really seeing that here. On top of maybe not feeling like you could do it. So there's a lot of self-doubt here, Libra. Spirit wants you to strategize and just put yourself first. And that will help you to get rid of self-doubt. Like, Spirit wants you to remember who you are. That's why we got the Empress here. It's like, you're a leader, you're intelligent, and you're very talented. Woo-saw and take the stress out and strategically chart your next move, and the rest will fall into place. Especially if this is a romantic relationship where I'm sensing the other person is not equally as invested, like emotionally. And I say emotionally because it's like I'm just saying, I don't think that they would do the same for you. I don't think that they would go through this process for you. If they needed to leave for work, a career, they would leave for work and career. So that's all I'm seeing here. Yeah, we have the Four of Cups. Ugh. What is this, Spirit? Yeah, some of you, yeah, y'all may be ignoring like the red flags in a relationship or something, where it's like just gone past this expiration date, but you're like, you don't realize that you're done. I think that's what it is, Libra. Like, you don't realize you're done with this relationship. So you're still thinking in terms of we. And okay, so if I take this, and what are we going to do? Do we need to move? Do we need to get another apartment? When really you need to be thinking in terms of I. Because if this was a relationship, it is over. And like I said, it doesn't matter what kind of relationship it is. I'm not going to say it's over, but it don't feel good. That's what I can say. We have the world. Now that's over. Okay. It's over. It's the world. Yeah, that's over. That's over. Oh my gosh. The Chariot, the Six of Swords, and the World, that's over. So I think the Spirit is presenting this opportunity for you so that you can get over this person and move on. Because you have not realized it's done. It's run past its expiration date. So Spirit is like sending you in something to coax you out of that situation. Something big though. Something big, and it's just right for you. This could be a situation where it's like, and this is why you need to leave this thing behind, because it's not meant to go. And you would know that. This seems like an elephant in the room type situation. Maybe you don't want to be the one to have to say, I gotta go or something. I don't know how this is playing out. It's going to be very different for all of you. There's like a lot of different energies here. But that's the gist of it, is make sure, Libra, that you're strategically charting your future for your success, especially if you have opportunities before you take them. Do not, this deliberation here, like I said, unless this your kids. And it depends. Are they grown kids? Or is it something that they're mature enough to be handling? Like, when you're deliberating about your future, nobody else's needs, if you are single and childless, nobody else's needs is necessarily supposed to be coming before that. Period. If they're not your dependent, then there's no reason for that to be happening. Also, Spirit wants to make sure it's like, guys, please don't hold on to relationships past their expiration date just because they're comfortable or just because you don't want to hurt the person's feelings. Like, if it's a wet fish, it's a wet, dead fish. Like, I'm not seeing where you even want to, fillet it and cook it up. It's like, this fish gotta go. So again, there could be some old stagnant relationship that is way past its expiration date, but like maybe that's the thing too. Yeah, maybe y'all live together and you didn't want to break it up and have to think about where you're going to live or where you're going to move or where you're going to travel to. There's so many different scenarios, but it's like, when it's it. And we got to recognize it, because it's about to be over in any way. Like, this is a situation where if you did not leave, this person would leave you somehow. That's why I'm saying, like, they would not do the same for you. They're not, you are just being your pure Libra self, where even if you don't feel the connection anymore, even if you're not in love anymore, or even if you should leave this person, you're not going to do that because you're like, oh, but I want to care for this person. It's like, you're trying to be nice. That's what it is. It's like, but no, this is not the time to do that. Because like I said, if you don't make the decision to go, Spirit's going to make you go. So this person would leave you. So you could be, worried about if they would leave, or if it would work for them with your traveling, or if the situation would work for them. It doesn't matter if it worked for them. It matters if it works for you. And if it doesn't work for them, it's not supposed to work for them, because this is supposed to be over. Yeah, see, we have the Queen of Cups, the emotional investment. It's like you're emotionally invested in something that's not It's no longer suitable. It just isn't. And we don't need you holding up your future for it. That's for sure. What is this? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Spirit is saying there is going to be something better for you. I see you. Yeah, if you need reciprocity, you need someone who will work with you, understands, who will be like, yeah, no, go get your opportunity. Yeah, and they will it's like, yeah, go get your opportunity. We'll figure it out. We'll work out, work it out along the way. Someone who cares equally as you do is what you need. And I see that y'all are dreaming about that. That's what y'all really, really want. You're not going to get it staying in this semi-okay. It's like a good relationship in some ways. Like maybe y'all have fun together and stuff, but there's something about it that's missing. There's something missing, and Spirit wants you to wake up to that. What's missing is the fact that they're not as invested as you. That's what's missing. They're having fun. They're enjoying it, but eventually they will leave. Look, after that, what? 10 of Swords and Page of Wands, new beginning. 10 of Swords is an ending. Page of Wands is a new beginning. Why? Because they're just not as invested. It's not going to go into details about why, because there's just so many different Libra energies coming through right now. Like, shout out to all my new subscribers, that's why there's so many energies. But it's like, this Spirit wants you to see this, because you're dreaming of, what you're dreaming of is here and you're ready for it. But you're not, you need to stop thinking about this other person. They're not even in the plans at all. It is what it is. Let me get some oracle cards with this one. I am going to go in with, let me go in with the Romance Angels oracle cards for a second. Because a lot of this, I feel like, has to do with a relationship that it's like, it's fun and enjoyable, but there's no connection. That's what it is. Like, y'all gotta have fun together in whatever ways y'all do. Maybe there's lots of passion and, intercourse, or maybe there's fun. Like, maybe y'all could watch a game together or something, but there is something missing. There's a connection missing. There's the emotional reciprocity isn't there. So do not delay your new beginning and opportunity. There's just really nothing to talk about, to be honest. Like, what I mean is, you're deliberating. Spirit wants you to just stop worrying, because this is going to happen. Like I said, you're either going to take this opportunity so you can get away from this person, or this person is going to leave. I'm seeing that, because they just never were invested. We have express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. With that one, it's like, yeah, with express your love. Remember I said you have visions of being with somebody who's reciprocating and all this kind of stuff. And Spirit is saying you need to express, like, you've been hiding it in. Oh my gosh, that's what the 7 of Swords is for too. It's like you're holding yourself back from getting what you really want because you don't want to offend this person. It's like very people-pleasing type energy. And I know that's not what you're consciously doing. It's unconscious, I'm sure, in a lot of ways. It's just your natural energy, but it's got to stop in regards to this person. You will know who they are. You'll know who they are. Yeah, see? Passion. Exactly. That's what y'all have. I didn't want to say hit it and quit it. Like, this person is there for the good time, then go. But when you have a 3 of Cups, come together and have a good time, then a 6 of Swords, moving on. Yeah. No good. And you're dissatisfied with that. So Spirit is saying, end it. End it. And go after whatever it is. I don't know what this opportunity is, but it's big and it's wonderful. And it is here for you. It is here for you to do. And, you know we all have people that we love, but we can't love them more than we love ourselves. We have wedding. So this could be a partner. This situation involves marriage. I mean, if this that I mean, I did say it could be a romantic connection. This could be, no wonder you would be looking at this person and trying to consider their needs. But the marriage needs to be over. If this was a marriage, it needs to be over or it's ending. And if you don't do it and take this opportunity to make sure that it happens, like Spirit's giving you this opportunity, and you're like worried, well, if I take this opportunity, this person might leave. Yes, they will, because that's what's supposed to happen, because you're not meant to be with this person. There's no reciprocity here. So yeah, I can see why you would think that, oh, I'm in a marriage with this person, I need to take their needs into consideration. But Spirit is saying you need to not be in a marriage with this person. So you need to strategize how you can get gotta dodge. Okay, that's the Seven of Swords. And you dang sure don't need to be considering them in any of your future considerations, because they're not about to be a part of your future. So take this opportunity, because would you rather, okay, so it's like you can take this opportunity and then they leave because that's what's supposed to happen, or you can miss this opportunity and not take it and then they still leave. Which one's better? Because that's what would happen. See, look, free yourself is at the bottom of the deck. You need to free yourself, child. Okay, free your mind and the rest will follow. Take this opportunity, the rest will follow. I know it's hard, but it's like y'all might have good times. Like maybe you enjoy like hanging out together, and that those parts were good, but the intimacy is not there. They're not there. And I'm not saying that, like, I'm not saying, what I mean by they're not there is like, this is not personal to you, that they wouldn't take your needs into consideration if the shoe was on the other foot. This is how they are. So don't take this personally. Okay, we have romantic feelings. It says your feelings are real and worth exploring. Yeah, and what I'm getting is that's the feelings of dissatisfaction with this Four of Cups. The feeling like, oh, something's not connecting here. Something like, oh, we're not working together. We're not like on the same team. Because that's what's at the bottom of this deck. Like I said, you were dreaming and wishing of somebody who you felt like you were in a team with. They would understand you. Y'all would both be putting in equally. And what I mean by that is like the same depth of emotion and feeling, and they would support you in your career endeavors or whatever opportunities this could be. Like if someone is like, well, if you take that job, I'm leaving. That's not the person for you. It just really is not. Okay. Yeah, see, honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. What I'm getting with that card is that's kind of like what y'all had. This is what you're remembering. And this is probably why you have this deliberating card, because it's like, but what about the good times? Maybe they'll come back. It's like you're hoping for that to come back. And maybe that's what it is that you've been waiting to see. It's like, oh, before I take this opportunity, let me see if this happens. Maybe this person will change. No, they're not going to change, and they're not supposed to change. Enjoy the time that y'all had together. When y'all had it together, it was great and it was fun. But now it's done. Yes, retreat. Time to do that. Time to disconnect from the world, and that's this person's world. Yeah, like try to focus on self-care so that you're emotionally well. I know this is what that 10 of Wands was, bro. It's like you were working really, really hard fighting for this connection. I can see that. I can see. Especially if this was a marriage, then I definitely can understand. Of course, you want to give it your all in a marriage. The Spirit says it's time for something else. And so you don't want to attract dead fish energy. But there's this 3 of Cups as a mermaid, and then there's 4 of Cups, another mermaid. It's like dead fish, like whatever. It's not the point. Dead fish energy. It's like if you keep trying to make it work with this person, it's almost like the universe is going to send you more. Like you're going to get that, because it's like you're trying to attract this energy of non-reciprocity. You're not, you're not trying to attract that, but it's like you're beating the dead horse. You're expecting something to happen that won't happen. It can't happen. Like I said, you're waiting on this person to change. Wheel of Fortune. Well, before I take this opportunity, let me see. Well, would they change? No, they're not changing. That's why we have new love here too. Flirt and unrequited love. It's like Spirit wants to call you in somebody better suited for you, better suited for your needs, and you need to answer that call. But the main thing for you to focus on, because it's like we can get all in our heads thinking about all this stuff, but what Spirit wants you to focus on is strategically planning your future, to accept the opportunities that are coming to you full force, because they're gonna happen anyway, but to accept them and let the other stuff go. And be thinking of basically start thinking of yourself as single, as solo dolo. That's how you have to start thinking of yourself. You're not in a unit, even if y'all live together, even if y'all are together. This is not, y'all aren't a unit, y'all aren't on the same team. So start moving that way. Start moving like the Empress. Okay, the Empress is a ruler. She doesn't need anybody else. If she wants to have somebody else, she can, but she could be independent of anybody else, right? So especially when we have it with the other cards that are surrounding it, it's like, and maybe that's another reason why this is like fish out of water, dead fish, because it's like you have a lot of Venus energy and you like romantic attraction and connection, and you like being a part of a unit, part of a relationship, and so you don't want it to end, but it's like it's a dead fish, so let the dead fish go. You'll get a new partnership, a new relationship. Spirit's trying to usher you in new opportunities, so allow that to happen. If you know you have a relationship that needs to end, if you're waiting on them to change, they're not going to. So you need to start moving as if you're going to, like, as if you're single. And what I mean by that is when it comes to planning your future. Okay, we're not talking about going out here and having, hot girl summer or whatever, hot dude summer or fall or whatever. Y'all could do that if y'all wanted to. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when it comes to planning your future. You're not about to be denying opportunities or making opportunities based on your connection with this person. It would be a waste. Choose based off what is best for you, what's in alignment with you. And it won't be a burden if you stop thinking about this other person's needs. And you can do it, and you are ready for it, even if you don't feel like you are. But either way, the universe does not wait for us to feel ready. The universe knows when we're ready, and they're going to usher that shit in, even if it's messy. Because universe, there is chaos in the universe. It will be ordered. It will be fine. Okay? Focus on yourself. Okay? If this resonates with you, and again, even if it's not a romantic partnership, it could be a family member, a friend, anything. Make your decisions with you in mind, nobody else. Okay? Barring you having children. But even sometimes with children, we can't base it off, oh, but they love being here with all of their friends, and I don't want, yeah, sometimes kids don't want to move, but they got to move. We can't make our decisions based off of the fact that's not how that works. The parents have to make the decision. So if this is just about, I can understand, oh, I don't want to uproot them, I don't want to do this, but they will find roots in another place with you as long as you're there and you're the Empress. Okay, Libra, Venus energy. You'll root elsewhere, abundance elsewhere, and they will come around if that's the case. All right. So again, you're still making the decisions based off what's best for you and in alignment with you and what's best, because what's best for you is best for your children anyway. Especially if this is about a job. I'm seeing opportunity, like of a major life change, work, something like that. Career, work, life change, something big. And you need to take it. And if that means you have to travel for it or y'all have to move, especially like if you're, worried about the kids and all that kind of stuff, just woosah, they will be fine. Focus on what you know is right and best for you. All right, Libra, that is the reading that I have for you all. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you got something beneficial from it, and I thank you for stopping by this reading. Please remember to like, share with someone who cares, save it to a playlist for future reference, and by all means, subscribe for more wonderful readings and luxurious eye candy, such as this. And until next time, have a gorgeous day. Bye.